to give an account of my experiences and how they relate to Afghanistan today. I'm deeply honored to stand before you to give my account. So I grew up in a little small town in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. My father and mother were not that educated, but they believed in hard work, education, and treating everyone with dignity and respect. With that being said, there were two pictures in our home. One was a picture of Jesus Christ, and the other picture was of Dr. Martin Luther King. They were in the center of our home. And I found out later that my dad actually painted those. And he'd often talk about Dr. Martin Luther King. And he said he stood for people that were oppressed and injustices. And if you always treated people with dignity and respect, you would never cross that line. So I took that with me in everything that I did. I always attempted to treat everyone with dignity and respect. So I graduated from high school, did relatively well. I went to college. I went to Elizabeth City State University. Well, while at Elizabeth City State University, I was a part of the university choir, which is better known as the touring choir. And every summer during spring break, we would take tours either north or south, and we would sing at civic centers, churches of alumni from the university. Well, this year we happened to travel south. Traveling south, we sang at a church. I didn't know it at the time, but it was one of the churches that Dr. King spoke at frequently. I also found out later that we would be sponsored and live in the homes, stay that night in the homes of the alumnus for that area, which happened to be Montgomery, Alabama. So I get into my alumnus house, my sponsor, and I see all these pictures of Dr. King at different events in Montgomery. Pardon me. I am a sweater, so. At different events in Montgomery, Alabama. And I noticed the pictures. And I noticed my sponsor's face. I was like, wow, the lady in this picture looks like you. And she humbly said, yes, that's me. So immediately I wanted to know what Dr. King was like. And she said, everybody understands and knows that he was a civil rights activist. That they know that he represented oppression and fought for injustices. But she knew him as a man of action. Because a lot of people were aware of the injustices that were going on, but not a lot of people acted. He developed a plan to combat injustices peacefully. So how do I relate that to now and what we're doing? I say that we are men and women of action. Our country decided that it was time to represent in Afghanistan the people that are here who are oppressed and who are suffering from injustices. We are the action for our country. So our dedication, our sacrifices, our profession of arms here in Afghanistan will at some point help the people in Afghanistan to be free from oppression and injustice. Don't take it lightly. We are the action that was born from Dr. King's movements that will help the Afghan people. Thank you.